Swastiastu. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. First, my name is Ocha Paula Sari. You can call me Ocha. My absent number is 8. In this video, I want to tell you about the active and passive voice. First, we are going to talk about definition of active and passive voice. For the introduction, voice is the form a verb takes to indicate whether the subject of the verb performs or receives the action. Definition of active voice. Active voice is tell us what a person or thing does. The subject perform the action or verb on the object. For the formula is subject plus verb plus object. For the example is the dog case the ball. The dog is subject, case is action, the ball is action's target. Definition of passive voice. Passive voice is tell us what is done to someone or something. The subject is being acted upon. For the formula is object plus verb plus subject. For the example is the ball is being cased by the dog. The ball is action target, case is action, and the dog is subject. Now we're gonna tell you about what the difference between active and passive voice. Active voice. Use the active voice in any sentence that focuses on the door of the action. Unless the majority of your writing is scientific or reporting incidents involving unknown perpetrators, most of the sentence you write should be in the active voice. Despite being red, Mars is actually a cold place. For the passive voice is meant for sentence where you need to emphasize the target of an action or the action itself rather than who or what is performing the verb. Next, I will tell you about how to change a sentence from active voice to passive voice. The first one is for active voice. When to use passive voice? In general, the passive voice is less direct, less forceful, and less concise than the active voice. Use the passive voice in the following situation is: use passive voice when you do not know or not want to reveal the perform of an action. Use passive voice when you want to emphasize the receiver of an action. The second one is passive voice. To change a sentence to passive voice is you'll first need to identify the tense that the sentence is written in, as it's necessary to keep the correct tense when switching from active to passive voice. Second, identify the sentence subject, verb, and direct object. And finally, change the format so that the sentence begins with the direct object and ends with the subject. For the pattern present simple, this type of tense is used to describe activities that are done repeatedly. It's changed by adding to be, like is, am, are before the verb that has been changed to a past participle. For the formula, in the active voice is a subject plus verb 1 plus object. For the passive voice is object plus am is are plus verb 3 plus by to with plus subject. For the example of active voice is the chef decorate the cake. For the passive voice is the cake is decorated by the chef. Next, for the present continuous, this type of tense is used to express activities that are currently happening or will be done in the near future. It's changed by adding to be, is, am, are, and the word being after it. For the formula of the active voice is subject plus is, am, are plus verb ing plus object. For the passive voice is object plus is, am, are plus being plus verb 3 plus by with 2 plus object. For the example of active voice is Angga is reading a book. For the passive voice is a book is being read by Angga. Next, past simple. This type of tense is used to express activities that occur before being discussed. For the formula is active voice is subject plus verb 2 plus object. For the passive voice is object plus was or were plus verb 3 plus by to with plus subject. For the example, active voice is I helped them. For the passive voice is they were helped by me. Next, for the future simple, this type of tense is used to express an activity to be carried out. For the formula of active voice is subject plus shall or will plus verb 1 plus object. For the passive voice is object plus shall or will plus be plus verb 2 plus by to with plus object. For the example of active voice is I shall sell my house. For the passive voice is my house will be sold by me. Next, for the present perfect, this type of tense is used to express activities that have been complete. For the formula of active voice is subject plus have or has plus verb 3 plus object. For the passive voice is object plus have or has plus been plus verb 3 plus by to with plus subject. For the example of active voice is she has saved the boy from drowning. For the passive voice, gonna be the boy has been saved from drowning by her. Next, past perfect. This type of tense is used to express an activity that has occurred before another activity in the past. Formula of active voice is subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object. For the passive voice is object plus had plus been plus verb 3 plus by to with plus object. For the example of active voice is I had dispatched the letter. For the passive voice is going to be the letter had been dispatched by me. Passive voice without be. When we write in the passive voice, we add some form of the helping verb to be, is, I'm, are, were, was, being, and been, to an otherwise strong verb that really did not help, and the sentence must be compound sentence. For the example of active voice is she has some new bags which are purses in Sydney. For the example passive voice gonna be she has some new bags purchased in Sydney. Next, passive voice of sentence containing preposition. Preposition passive is a passive form where the subject of the sentence in the sentence is in the form of the object of preposition which is taken from the prepositional phrase in the active sentence form. The pattern is going to be subject is object of preposition plus auxiliary verb plus past participle plus preposition. For the example is the ocean is sometimes swum in by the man. Indonesia is lived in by more than 200 million people. Next is passive of verbs with object and object complement. After some verb, the direct object can be followed by an object complement, a noun or adjective which describes or classifies the object. For example of active voice is they elated him their leader. The other children called her stupid. We all regarded her as an expert. And Queen Victoria considered him a genius. When these clauses are made passive, the subject's complements become subject complement. They come after the verb. The example of a passive voice is he was elected their leader, she was called stupid by the other children, she was regarded as an expert, and the last is he was considered a genius by Queen Victoria. Yep, this is the quiz to practice your skill about active and passive voice. Please click the link on the screen. Yep, that's all about my video to tell you about active and passive voice. Thank you for watching and thank you for your attention. See you, goodbye. Santi, 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 Om.